Hey guys, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing this eye look that I'm wearing on my eyes using one of the Wet n Wild Coloricon eyeshadow palette. And towards the end of this video, I'll also be sharing the swatches of this palette as well as the review onto this. So if you'd like to know how I got this look and the review onto this palette, then please keep on watching. So I'm just going to quickly fast forward my base part so that I can save some time. For primer, I'm using the Wet n Wild Cover All Primer. I generally do not use foundation while doing my base. I just use my concealer to spot conceal and conceal underneath the eyes. But today I'm going to be using a little bit of foundation. And the foundation I'm going to be using is from Nykaa. It's the stick foundation and I use the shade 04. And I'm blending the foundation using this Real Techniques brush. Alright, since I use the foundation, I'm not going to be using my normal concealer, which I usually use when I'm not wearing any foundation. Instead, I'm going to be using a little bit of my corrector and then my highlighting concealer. And to set this concealer, I'm going to be using the Makeup Revolution Luxury Banana Powder. So before I get into the eyes, I just want to say that the Wet n Wild Coloricon eyeshadow palette retails for 499 rupees and you get 10 different shades into each of this palette, and there comes 3 palette into the range, out of which I have 2 of the palette. One is the Comfort Zone palette, which has mixture of a lot of different shades. It has some daytime shades as well as some colorful shades right over here. And the second palette they have is called as Rose in the Air palette, and this is the palette is one of my personal favorite palette among all the 3 palettes that they have. This palette has a lot of matte shades as well as all the matte shades are really gorgeous and really perfect for everyday use, and I really like this palette. And the third palette they have is called as Nude Awakening Palette, but I don't have the Nude Awakening palette from this range of Wet n Wild, but I do have Nude Awakening palette from their older palette that they had released previously, which used to look like this. And when I looked online for the shades for the Nude Awakening palette in the older palette as well as in the newer palette, I found both of the palettes to be very identical, just the difference in the how the colors are placed in the newer eyeshadow palette. So yeah, I also have the third palette from the Coloricon range but in the older packaging. Since the colors are very identical, I'm gonna swatch this palette as well for you guys. So yeah, now let's move on to the eyes. So as you can see, I have already put a lot of powder underneath the eyes because this eyeshadow palette has a lot of fallout to them. For the eye look today, I'm going to be using the Rose in the Air palette. The first shade from the palette, I'm taking that yellow brown color and I'm going to use that as my first initial transition color. And then I'm taking this burnt orange color from the palette as my second transition color. Although there is a fallout as well as a little bit of kickback into the pans, but the colors are very pigmented into this palette as well as they blend really well into each other. And now I'm taking that brick color from the palette and I'm going to use that to deepen up my crease as well as my outer corner. And with the help of a blending brush, I'm blending all the colors together. To deepen up the outer corner even more, I'm using that dark brown color from the palette and I'm just going to concentrate that in the outer corner. I'm basically just trying to use as many matte colors from the palette as possible. And once I place the dark color, I'm gonna go back with this brush which I used the other 2 colors for the crease, and I'm gonna blend the dark color in the crease color. And lastly, I'm also taking that pink color from the palette and I'm just gonna put that in the center of my crease. For my lower lash line, I'm taking the dark brown color from the palette first and I'm gonna put that in the outer corner of my lower lash line. Followed by, I'm gonna put the brick color, and lastly, I'm gonna put the burnt orange color to blend all the colors together. And for the late shimmer color, we only have 2 shades into this palette. There is this color which is a burgundy sort of shimmer color, and then there is this color which is a pale golden sort of color. And I'm going to mix both of the colors together and put that in my lid. But I'm going to be taking a little bit more of the pale golden color. And lastly, to clean up my brow bone, I'm going to be using this color from the palette, that matte cream white color, and use that to clean up my brow bone. And now I'm going to tightline my upper waterline and put some brown kajal in my lower waterline. And now I'm going to put on lots of mascara. To contour my face, I'm using the Maybelline Master Contour palette. And for my blush, I'm going to be using the NYX High Definition Blush in Amber. And for the highlighter, I'm going to be taking the Wet n Wild Precious Petal. And lastly, for lips, I'm using my all-time favorite lip combo. So yeah guys, this is the final look. I really hope you have enjoyed the tutorial. And now to the review onto this palette. As I said, this palette retails for 499 rupees and you get total of 10 shades into each of this palette. And I also really like that it has two huge pans of transition shades in both the corners, which is really essential for all of us who likes to wear makeup. And formula wise, these eyeshadow palettes are very powdery and there is a lot of kickback into the pan. But the pigmentation into this palette are really great and they also blend really well into the eyes. And the best part that I really like about this palette is the longevity of this palette. This stay up to 7-8 hours without fading and without budging. And honestly, for 499 rupees, I was not expecting this palette to stay that much long. But these eyeshadows do stay that long, which I was really impressed about. But one thing that I will say about this palette, which I did not really like, apart from that it has a lot of fallout, is the packaging of this palette. Because the packaging of this palette is a little bit flimsy. Although I don't expect for 499 rupees to have a really good packaging, but I still thought to mention about this to you guys. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say about this palette. Now let us see the swatches of this palette. And overall, I would say for 499 rupees, these are really great eyeshadow palette. Although they are a little bit powdery, but I don't mind as long as they are performing well into the eyes, and they do perform really well. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say about this palette. I really hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video and found this video helpful. And if you did, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. And I will see you guys in my next video. Till then, take care. Bye.